morning, vet heads. It's probably pretty difficult to see, but I am heading over to my parents' house to pick up my father. I am really excited for today. We are heading out to Corvettes at Carlisle. It is currently 6:06 in the morning on a Saturday. Really excited. Last year we went on a Sunday, and when we had gone in years past, Sunday was still kind of a festival day. However, that has since changed. It's really Sunday. It really isn't much going on Sunday, so we're going to this year on Saturday. In addition, I registered for Fun Field this year. I didn't expect to. I didn't think I was going to, but I decided to do it anyway. It's a new experience for both of us. I am really excited about that. So if you've never been out to Carlisle, I'm going to split this video into two portions. The first kind of explaining what Carlisle is and the highlight reel. And the second part will be just raw footage that I collect throughout the day, if that's something that interests you. So, without further ado, I've got about two and a half hours ahead of me of driving, a little over that. I'm really looking forward to it. So, just made it. Found a parking spot in the fun field over here on the hill. It's plenty of spots left if you're on your way. And already made some Electron Blue friends, parked next to another Electron Blue Z06. So, pretty excited, but first things first, it's been a long ride and I gotta find the bathroom. So, after locating a bathroom, dropping off the goodie bag at the car, we found ourselves over at the autocross track. By this time, they're running actual laps for competition, and we're watching several cars go around. The video I got here really does not do this part of the festival any justice, as I forgot to take the camera out of wide mode. But I could easily spend several hours watching the cars go around. Nonetheless, we wanted to move on to the rest of the show, so we grabbed a photo from the top of the hill on our way back through the fun field. Now, the biggest portion of the show is obviously the fun field, with dozens and dozens of rows of Corvettes just like this. There's also special displays, such as the Corvette Racing Reunion. It's at these displays that I really like to stop and take time looking. So, me and my dad are working our way through the fun field right now, and it goes on for quite a while. I mean, where I parked is miles away, and we're just kind of walking through. Lots of Corvette clubs here and such. But what I like about this is it kind of gives you, everyone's got their own unique style. So if you've got something in mind, someone's either done it or you're going to see something that you like better. And I mean, that's already happened to me a couple of times today. I've gotten ideas just from other people, just in general. Ideas I thought I had that I decided I don't like so much. But yeah, I mean, it is essentially just Corvette Fest. Inevitably, we find ourselves over in Installation Row. So I am in Installation Row, and they just took a C5 up on a lift. It's pretty exciting. It's kind of like the first time that being in Installation Row has actually meant something to me. There's a C5 down a little bit further. They kind of have the exhaust off at the moment and are putting something on, but there's another one in front of me that is going up, and they're going to be taking it off and putting a new one on. Actually kind of excited to see what they put on. I kind of know what the Corsa sounds like and the Billy Boat. Hoping they put something else on, but I'm just here for the sound anyway. So we easily spent around 45 minutes here the first time through. This is another one of those spots at the show that I could easily spend hours at, just watching the team from A&A Auto Stores work and listening to the cars start and rev. We got the chance to see several C5s, and someone even put a C4 up. but we didn't get a chance to see it start. So far we covered about half the grounds, well, maybe a quarter, 33%-ish. Stopped to get a little lunch, on our way back out to cover some more. As my father and I continued down the roads, we went past several car clubs such as zr1registry.net. They also have smaller displays such as Vets painted all in Carlisle blue. As I mentioned earlier, this is one of my favorite parts, walking through and seeing everyone's cars. Some people are of the mindset to just leave a car completely stock. Others believe in applying every single ounce of themselves into it, making their car truly their own. It gives you ideas if you're looking to customize your Corvette, or if you're not sure how something's going to work out, it's possible you'll find someone who's already done it. So if you're like me and grew up on Midway games and N64 and PlayStation early systems back in the 90s, you'd recognize that it's Sid Burns' car. So of course the big draw this year was having 14 2020 Stingrays available to see at the Chevrolet tent. We decided to stop and listen to the designers talk about the new Corvette. It was interesting, but with the crowd it was really difficult to see the red Stingray from the stands, so we decided to head down to the booth while everyone stayed for the rest of the presentation. While my feelings have evolved quite a bit since my video on the C8, I still believe that the car is not a bad looking. However, it's not really my cup of tea. Now, this section here was fun. If you don't yet own a Corvette or are looking to change the pace a bit, you can come over here to the seller's tent. There's vets from every era, so you're bound to find something you'd like. There's also project parts if you've had difficulty finding something or you want a chance to build something from scratch. While I don't always agree with the prices they're asking, you might just find something that really makes your world go round. Still, even after all the other sections of Corvettes at Carlisle, I find myself standing in installation row once again before we leave. Hey Vedheads, so it has been a long day. Sun is setting. I got a pretty nice burn going. So my father and I spent the majority of the day out in Carlisle. We got there about 9:30. We got there about 8:30, probably in the fairgrounds about 9:15 by the time we got in there, and left around 4, eating dinner on the way home. And in reality, I think that one day is perfectly enough. There are people who make a whole weekend of it, and I certainly think it's possible. The Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair is there nearby, so even if you did that for part of the weekend, I think it would make it a really nice trip. And there's, of course, plenty of places to stay. So you've seen my overdubs of things going on, the footage I took. I am not going to split this into other footage because I really didn't take as much as I thought I would. But I really had a good time. And actually, something really kind of cool came out of it. I ended up buying my first mod, if you will, today, and I'm pretty excited about it. Not anything big, but it's something I wanted to do for a while. And I really saw the deal today that I really couldn't pass up at all. So I realize I'm walking around probably making you all dizzy. So I went ahead and I bought it, and I'll be picking it up tomorrow. Crazy. So I'm pretty excited about that. What I'm actually going to be doing with it, I'll save for another episode, another time. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. If you haven't been out to Carlisle yourself, Corvettes at Carlisle, I do suggest it. It was a really good time. There really is a lot to do out there, a lot to see. Mostly vendors, but I actually enjoy walking up and down the roads looking at other people's Corvettes. You know, as I mentioned, it gives you ideas for your own, and ideas that you thought were good, you might see and decide that you really don't like it. So it really is a good experience overall. That's pretty much it for this episode. Let me know if you guys been out to Corvettes at Carlisle, if you like it, if you don't like it, or what's going on. If it's something you've meant to do but just haven't gotten a chance to do it. And I'll catch you on the next episode, Vet Heads.